Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Modern Nomad. Today I'm going to be reviewing Visible's phone service, which is a MVNO of Verizon. Before we get started, I do just want to say that nobody gave me the service for free. I paid for it with my own money. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below. If you use that link, you'll get $20 off your first month of service, and it will give me a small cut to help fund videos like this. So if this video convinces you to sign up for Visible, I would highly appreciate it if you use the link down below. However, this is going to be my honest opinion of it. I am still going to give it to you straight. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm not going to lie, there's really not much ugly in this. So I've been eyeballing Visible for quite a long time. I came from T-Mobile and I've hated T-Mobile the whole time I had them. They were super great the first 2 weeks I had them. And then after that, it was trash. So I've been looking for another carrier for the last couple years, and I finally decided to try out Visible. And Visible sort of steered me away for a little bit because I was unsure about the price. They offer so many features for such a cheap price that it seems almost too good to be true. But I decided to bite the bullet and try it out. So I am recording with my phone, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of a speed test and post it up here. As you can see, Visible runs really fast, especially when it's on your cell phone. Now, the Hotspot is a little bit of a different story. The Hotspot is great. I have to say it's probably the best hotspot plan that I've had on any cell phone plan. So the mobile hotspot is throttled to 5 megabits per second, and that sounds like it's really bad. But I haven't actually noticed really any lag or issues with that. 5 megabits per second seems to be just perfect for everything that I need in terms of just watching Netflix and checking emails. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I have literally one device that uses the internet. So yeah, if you have one device, if it's just a laptop or something, the hotspot works great. So I want to show you guys something interesting with the personal hotspot speed test here that I've noticed. Visible throttles their hotspot to 5 megabits per second, but what I've noticed, you'll see that the speed is initially a lot higher than 5 megabits per second. It shoots up to almost 100 sometimes. And it holds that speed for just a couple of seconds, like 5 or 10 seconds, and then it throttles down to 5 megabits per second. So I'm wondering if that is contributing to the hotspot not feeling super slow. It would make sense if they programmed it to do that because, most of what you're going to be doing with the mobile hotspot is just going to websites. That takes 5 or 10 seconds to load, so it would make sense that they would give you a faster speed initially and then throttle it down for those people who are trying to, update their PlayStation 5 or something on their mobile hotspot. So that's just a theory. I don't know that that's actually how that works, but that's my theory, and it seems to work really well. I did forget to mention that I am on the Visible Plus plan, which normally costs $45 per month, but they constantly have promotions and stuff, so I would just keep checking every once in a while. I ended up locking mine in at $35 per month. With the Visible Plus plan though, you get 50 gigabytes of premium data on Verizon's network, which is great, but after you use the 50 gigabytes, you get deprioritized on the network, not throttled. Deprioritized. There's a major difference there. Throttled means that they restrict you to one speed and one speed only, and most carriers do that. What Visible does differently than other carriers is they deprioritize your speed. Your internet actually most of the time stays about the same speed as it was while you had 50 gigabytes available. But what they do instead of throttling you is they'll put you behind other customers. So if I'm the only one hitting the tower, I'm getting all the bandwidth that I need, and I'm getting full speed and full access. But if I'm hitting the tower and all my neighbors are hitting the towers, they're going to get served before me. As you can see, I greatly surpassed this 50 gigabyte limit, and even with the mobile hotspot, I got over 400 gigabytes in the 3 weeks that I've had them. And yeah, like I said, 99% of the time, it's exactly the same speed. And the other 1% of the time is when I'm working at a concert. But anyone who works at concerts or goes to concerts a lot knows that your cell phone service is just going to be trashed there anyway. So it's really just going from really bad service to no service. So yeah, I haven't even really noticed much of a problem with that either. So yeah, you do get deprioritized after 50 gigabytes, but it's really not that big of a deal, and the $25 plan is going to be more than sufficient for most people. And actually, after this month, I'm probably going to drop myself down to the $25 a month plan because it seems to be more than adequate. Setting up Visible service is really straightforward as well if you have an eSIM. Now, what is an eSIM and how do you know if you have it? An eSIM is an imaginary SIM card, which is just built into your phone. If you have an iPhone 10 or newer, you're definitely good to go. If you have an Android device, you're going to have to look up your specific model to see if it supports eSIM or not. But if it does support eSIM, it is super easy. I would trust my grandma to sign up with Visible. Literally, you just download the app and then you just follow the prompts and you literally just click next, enter in your payment information, next, and then you have phone service. I cannot express how easy it was to sign up for Visible. It was not challenging at all. But I will mention, I did not have to call their customer service, so I don't know if their customer service is any good. If you run into a problem and you call their customer service, I'm not sure what that's like. But for my case in particular, it was smooth sailing the whole way and I didn't have a single problem with signing up. If your phone has a physical SIM card and not an eSIM, it's just a little bit harder, but you do still set it up through the app. Just the difference is they'll mail you a SIM card and then you have to install it in your phone. Setting it up with a physical SIM card, I would say, is most likely to be just as easy. The only thing that would be complicated about that is actually getting the SIM card in, so make sure you have like the back of an earring or a needle or something that you can poke in there and pull the little tray out. So that's my review of Visible's cell phone service, and I have to say, I'm incredibly impressed. They give you so much for the money, and I have a really hard time believing that they're not going to increase their price eventually because they're offering a lot for what you're paying for. Overall, I highly recommend Visible. The Hotspot works great. If you're just a single user like me and you only have one device or maybe two devices and you don't use them both at the same time, the Hotspot is going to be perfectly fine for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below and like this video. And if this video helped you decide to sign up for Visible's service, please consider using my link down below and help support the channel for future reviews just like this. We'll see you guys in the next video.